2020 when a previously unknown Australian artist took the YouTube algorithm by storm. Her name was sewerslvt, and her new style of atmospheric hellscapes paired with energetic drum breaks resonated with hundreds of thousands of listeners.
November 1st, 2021, I released a video. At that time, I wanted to experiment by talking about an artist that hadn't received their own dedicated video on YouTube. And one of those artists is June, also known as sewerslvt. Having recently blown up on the internet thanks to her songs like Mr. Kill Myself and albums like Draining Love Story, I thought she would be a perfect fit to make a video on. That video would be sewerslvt, the rise of this creepy artist.
Now, it doesn't take a genius to understand about who we are talking about today. I'm not going to be rude about this person, I'm not going to badmouth them whatsoever, because we're talking about somebody who is very mentally ill. This person, by the name of sewerslvt, or commonly known as June, was a influential music creator within the breakcore community, a community with a niche topic of music that people tended to drive themselves to. It was a topic of music that people can really fall behind. From my understanding about the artists, a lot of their music was a passionate way in order to release things that they were feeling on the inside. Aside from being edgy here and there, that was my main focal point when it came to this artist. And it seemed as though that it wouldn't be just the only thing about them that I'd be learning, because as of recently, I've becoming into contact with them, playing video games with them in a group of mine that I hang out with actively. This group, called Nemesis, actively took this person in after somebody was harassing June to no end. And so we were trying to keep June at a safe place. Now, a lot of people are probably wondering, how did you learn that this person was sewerslvt? Or how did you even meet them in the first place? How did you know that June played Halo? Well, to be honest, it was fairly simple. They have content from archives that they've played Halo 2, and they've gone and done commentary, not their voice specifically, but have done commentary about the game specifically and extensively, giving their own take on that they enjoy it or if they don't enjoy it. Now, me personally, with this person in the group, I got wind that it was sewerslvt, and after speaking with them for a brief amount of time, they confirmed themselves that they in fact were the artist named June, or Junko at the time, because I refuse to keep saying their name repeatedly over and over again. I feel like it's just not fair to them, at least. Now, personal experiences aside, from that moment, I didn't really know them too well. I didn't talk to them too often. I didn't actively speak with them on a personal level. Aside from helping Nemesis defend June from another person that was actively looking to harm them mentally and just harass them repeatedly, we never really had in-depth conversations aside from that. And from my personal own experience, I didn't know whether or not I should be talking about them in the first place, because it's one or two things when it comes to talking about this person. It's whether or not you should mark them as a bad person and see them in a negative light, or whether or not you should actively support their decision to hide themselves away from the community. A long time ago in 2021, sewerslvt literally took a hiatus for close to 4 to 5 years just to escape away from the drama that people were constantly bringing towards their door. And it still followed them regardless of the situation, to the point that it caused them a lot of problems and a lot of a headache that they so desperately did not need. Now, just to reappear on Halo and be harassed even more, it just caused too much of an issue in the first place. And this video isn't going to be like my normal videos where I go through an extensive breakdown and talk about both sides. This is literally just going to be empathizing with June, or Junko, because all they've received throughout their lifetime as a music creator has been constant controversy, constant hate to one another. And it was clearly shown today when I woke up this morning. The first thing that I noticed was apparently that there was a situation going on between two people. One was a member from Nemesis, and then one was with June. And during that confrontation, it ultimately led to June leaving the server and being pushed away so hard that they didn't want to interact with anybody. And I got wind of this, and I immediately went kind of chasing after them. But originally, before, I was going after them in the negative sense, because you know, I didn't know what was being told to me was true or not. I wasn't sure if everything was okay or if everything was fine. My main prerogative was they hurt a member of Nemesis, so clearly they don't care. And that alone was enough to just like make me think like a certain it just put me in a spot that made me feel as though like I should cover a topic about them negatively. But after hearing about their side and then hearing from Alpha that not everything was painted black and white like how it was, and that there was actually a gray area, and Alpha being one of the members and Nemesis, it came to me as a surprise that I should actually be supporting this person and that I should actively try to talk to them as best as I can. Now, I did went out of my way and I was trying to like talk to them in a negative light at first, but I clearly switched up because I didn't want to be a bad person. I didn't want to be like everybody else. I didn't want to follow the bandwagon because everybody seems to clearly want to do that to June. They want problems for this person, and it's clearly apparent that that's what they're going after. I'm not going to do the same thing. So we're just going to talk about this as best as I can. June, in my personal experience, has done nothing wrong. They've been an influential piece and a part of my life, from talking to them or just interacting with them in a small amount, that has caused me to go into music myself. I don't post my music on YouTube, but in this case I will post it eventually, so that way you can see the type of things that I've been working on in the sidelines. But as of knowing June and talking with June, they have not done nothing or been a bad person in general. They have even gone out of their way to admit to having a mental illness and letting and confiding me in knowing about this, but is still punished for being this type of person anyways, as if they're in control of what they can and can't do. When a person is mentally ill to the point where they can't control themselves enough, you shouldn't penalize them for something that is like actively messing with them 24/7. And I'm not saying that Nemesis actively did this. I'm not saying that Nemesis bullied the hell out of June during the process of them being inside the group. But I am saying though that being mentally ill also means you should treat this person with a certain amount of sensitivity, in a sense. Treating everybody like they're supposed to have thick skin is one thing, but treating a mentally ill person like if they're supposed to have thick skin is a different thing entirely, because you don't know what type of trauma or stress that they could be under 24/7. Not to mention, June has constantly been stated to, like, in their own past life before like any modern stuff, to hurt themselves, and it seems as though people wanted to keep pushing that narrative and keep pushing June regardless. Now, me personally, I'm not going to keep doing that. I want to state specifically in this video, I'm not going to make a video exposing them. I'm not going to make a video talking about them in any negative light. But I will be giving a warning to other people. Go that far. Stick your neck out that far and not assist somebody who's mentally ill like this, and you bully them, you're gonna get like taken down the same way how I've taken down everybody else. I'm gonna make a video about you. I don't care. You're supposed to treat people like this with a certain type of kindness. And if you think that it's completely okay to just absolutely bully the hell out of one person who is mentally ill because of situations that they're going through, then you're the wrong person. I'm not naming names because there are no names to name. I'm specifically stating a fact that needs to be addressed by everybody, because everybody likes to jump on the hate train bandwagon. This is also the reason why in the background, in the blurred background, there's gameplay of Marathon, a game that is currently also getting hated on, like in a hate train. But that being said though, that's all I have to cover in this video. I have nothing else to talk about. If you want to see an in-depth video about June or Junko or Sewer Slut, those titles altogether, let me know in the comments, and I will gladly cover a topic like this, and I will gladly let you know what's going on in their life. But don't pursue them. Don't go after them. Don't judge them without knowing exactly what's going on. And specifically, don't bully somebody without knowing the context of their actions. Actually get to know a person. And I'm not talking about just June. I'm talking about everyone. This has been MX Munix. It's been real, and I'll be seeing you guys later. Peace.